Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video that's been quite highly requested actually. It's to do with my tattoos. I did do a first tattoo vlog about a year ago now when I was getting my son tattoo done, and a lot of you might have seen that because that's one of my more popular videos. I vlogged directly before I went to go get my tattoo and directly like as soon as I got back, and talked very in depth about it, and I really went into detail, and there's a lot of information in that video and a lot of people seem to really like it. Since then I've been getting a few comments on some of my videos asking me to go over like my tattoos again, rate the pain of it, rate the healing process, so I'm going to do that. Since my first tattoo I've had 3 more tattoos, so without further ado let's just get straight into it. So I'm going to start with my Roman numerals tattoo, which is just on my shoulder. That's my birthday in Roman numerals, so it's 31st of the 5th, 95. I would get 1995, but it was really long and it just looked a bit stupid. That was a funny story when I got that done actually. I was with one of my ex-boyfriends. He was getting a tattoo done and he was taking like literally all day. He was taking like 5 or 6 hours, and I was sitting there waiting, holding his hand, being a wonderful good girlfriend, but it was just taking so long, so I decided that I was just gonna get a tattoo while I waited. Like, why not? It's not really a tattoo I wanted for ages. I'd seen it and I thought it looked cool, but it was just like a spur of the moment, I'm gonna get this tattoo sort of thing. In that area it doesn't hurt too much at all. It's quite fleshy, but the thing with me is I found that I've got quite a high pain tolerance when it comes to tattoos, so obviously everyone's pain threshold is different and a lot of people find pain to be like better or worse in certain places, so I'm not sure like how much my opinion's worth when it comes to this kind of thing, but it didn't hurt me in that area. It's just like a vibratey, scratchy, hot sort of sensation. It didn't bother me at all pain wise. It was over and done with within about 15 minutes, didn't take long at all, and it cost me £40, and that was by a guy called Luke Meadows in Torquay. I've got some of his information so I can put that in the description box if you wanted any more information on him. But yeah, I'm really happy with that tattoo. Don't regret it at all, even though it was a bit of a spur of the moment thing. I think it's really pretty when you're wearing like summery like strappy tops. People come up to you and they're like, oh, what does that mean? So yeah, I really like that one. Next we'll do my sun tattoo. This is the one I spoke about in my vlog, so if you really want like very specific information about this one, you can go and find that. I'm sure it'll be like in the, you know, these recommended videos down the side, because it's one of my most highly watched videos. So that's my sun tattoo. I got that one done June 2014. I wanted that one for a really long time. That was my first tattoo and I'd wanted it for like years. It's like a pagan sun with a face. It's to do with the representation of like energy, life, happiness. Sunshine's such a positive thing, and I'm very like, I like to think that my personality should always represent the sunshine. It's just positive and happy and life-giving, if you know what I mean. And also my dad has a very similar tattoo on his arm, so I wanted it also as like a recognition of my dad and how much I love him, and I wanted that to be on my body, and I thought it was like quite a nice safe choice as a first tattoo. Pain wise, a lot of people say don't get a tattoo on your ribs for your first tattoo, but I did because that's what I wanted. If that's what you want, don't let someone put you off it by saying it's gonna hurt. Like, every tattoo is gonna hurt to some extent. It's never going to be comfortable, so don't compromise on the design that you want to save yourself on pain. Like, if you want the tattoo, you should be able to like take the pain of that. If you want a tattoo on your ribs, don't go, oh well, I'll just get it on like my leg or something to save yourself the pain. If you want the tattoo on your ribs, you're gonna have to get the tattoo on your ribs, and no tattoo is ever gonna be like a walk in the park. It's just, if you really want the tattoo, the pain's worth it, and it's over within, you know, a few hours. That one didn't actually hurt me. I think the adrenaline of me having my first tattoo had really kicked in, and I was really excited, and I didn't really feel it at all. I was like taking pictures of myself, taking selfies, and you know, I was really getting into it. So it was over within, I want to say like an hour to an hour and a half, but obviously if you want the very specific time frame, then you can head over to my vlog video because that's all very in-depth. And that cost me I think £70, but again, if you're desperate to know specifically, check on my vlog video. I want to say it was about 70 quid, that does sound about right, and that was at Covered in Exeter, and I will find their information and I'll put that in my description box. Healing for that one was pretty like pain-free, although it is like where my bra strap is, so it's a little bit of like a scrubby area, but I wore a bikini top for probably about 3 weeks, which was probably overkill. It was my first tattoo and I was like really like, oh, I really want it to be okay. So, and they give you a cream to put on it. I have bought now Bepanthen, which is what I use for all my tattoos. It's like baby nappy rash cream, and I've always got a tube of that, so whenever I might get a tattoo, I've always got some Bepanthen to help me heal it. So you just rub that on. I think it's like twice a day, and then when it starts to like go peely, I do it a little bit more because I hate the peeliness and I want to try and stop it, and then gradually you just stop and it will heal and it goes really nice and velvety, and then it's healed. Then we'll go on to my ankle tattoo because I want to save the best till last. Oh, and excuse my hairy legs, it's winter, leave me alone. So that is my little moon tattoo. This one I got done with my boyfriend in June 2015. So yeah, that was this year. He came down to stay with me in my house and house sit while my parents went on holiday for a week. So one day we just decided that we were gonna go to Exeter and get matching tattoos. I just want to make a point on this. Me and Chris have known each other for literally like 7 years. We've always had a really close bond, really strong friendship, so we've always like loved each other to some degree, and now we're in a relationship. It's not too much of a big deal for us to go and get matching tattoos. I know some people are so dead against it, but honestly it's not a big deal. Even if like down the line in the future things go terribly wrong with us, it's not going to be something I regret, because our friendship that we've had over such a long period of time, that will always mean such a lot to me. So to have this symbol on my body representing the friendship that we've had and the relationship that we had, or have, why am I talking about it like it's over already? No, it's like a symbol of the fact that I love him, and you know, we got matching tattoos because we're stupid, reckless, crazy teenagers who are in love with each other. Pain wise on my ankle, didn't bother me at all. It was over within like 10 minutes, if that. No, like 5 minutes even. It's literally 2 lines. So yeah, didn't bother me at all. It was a like scratchy, warm feeling, like tattoos are. That's £25, and probably one that needs a little bit of a touch up. Where we got it done in Exeter was, we didn't do any research on it, we just sort of like went into town and were like, oh, let's get a tattoo together, and we didn't really like do any research or didn't really know what we were after even when we went. I won't leave their information in the description, but I would not recommend just walking into a tattoo parlour and getting something permanent on your skin, because mine and Chris's, we're both going to need them touched up at some point in the future. They're a little bit like wobbly, like blobby, and some of the lines are a bit thicker than other lines in places, but whatever. Learning curve, and it's only on my ankle, so yeah, that is my little moon tattoo. And then finally, we've saved the best till last. This is my absolute favourite tattoo. It gives me life. It's my sternum tattoo, and I've got to figure out a way of getting this out without like flashing YouTube, so. So that is my absolute favourite tattoo. I got that as a birthday present to myself in May this year. So I got it done on the 4th of May, my birthday's the 31st, but it was like the first available appointment because the guy that does them is always so booked up because he's a really incredible artist down in South Devon. He's very well known and he's always very booked up. I love this one because like it pokes out of like the bottom of my crop tops and stuff, so like people always see it, I always get compliments on it, people always ask me about it, so I love like the attention that I get with this tattoo. This tattoo doesn't really have a meaning. I mean, I guess mandalas and lotuses there to do with like your position in the universe and your growth and your like spiritual journey, but really I think it's just really pretty, and I just want to like decorate, you know, my body is a temple and I want to decorate my temple. Pain wise, this was definitely the most painful tattoo I've had. On your chest you've got a lot of bony areas, and I guess over the top of bones it is a little bit more painful. This tattoo was also the tattoo that took the longest out of all my tattoos, so for the adrenaline to keep going through your body, even, you know, like 1 hour into your tattoo, 2 hours into your tattoo. This one took me about, I want to say 2.5 hours to have done. So by the time the end of it came, it was really painful and I thought I was probably gonna die. The cost of this tattoo was £240. Ollie Furs, whose information I'll leave down below, he's an absolutely brilliant artist. He's got a waiting list for like a year at the moment. I had mine booked for about a year before I actually managed to get it done. And I'm not sure what he charges per hour, but you leave a deposit, and then, yeah, this one, it took like 2.5 hours, and it was like 240 quid, so do some maths, I don't know what that means. And yeah, healing process with this one, again, it's sort of like under where your bra should be. I should stop getting tattoos under where very tight clothing sits. But yeah, I wore a bikini top again for a really long time. Sometimes I just went braless. I was using my Bepanthen, rubbing that in like 2 or 3 times a day. It's quite a large area, so I found it did get like extra flaky and extra like itchy. But I tried not to scratch it, and it's healed really nicely, so obviously I did quite a nice job there with not scratching it. But yeah, I just think it's one of the most beautiful pieces of artwork I've ever seen, let alone on like my body. So I'm really, really happy with that one. It's my absolute favourite. Went like on holiday to Italy over the summer, and people were like looking at it because I was in my bikini, and people were looking and people were asking, and I just think it's like a really nice piece of like adornment, like embellishment, like bit of decoration to me. So those are my tattoos. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I absolutely love watching people's tattoos and piercings videos. I would include my piercings in this one, but I've actually had to take them all out for my new job. I did have quite a few, but there's not even any point touching on them because they're all gone now and my ears look like cheese graters, just with loads of holes in them. If you do have any other questions, I did try and cover a lot of topics in there, like time, healing, blah blah blah. If you do have any more questions about any of my tattoos, then please do let me know. I'll try and track down all the artist information and leave them in the description box. And these are all artists based in the southwest. Always very happy to talk to you about my tattoos. There are pictures and things on my Instagram if you want to go find those. I'm gonna do a blog post to supplement this. I did a blog post like a year ago with just my son and my Roman numerals, so that's on my blog at the moment if you wanted to have a closer look at those, but I will be doing a close-up of the ones I've got currently as well. So yes, do make sure you check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and my blog. The links are down in the description box. If you do have any questions, chuck them at me and I'll get back to you as soon as possible with those. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!